Uh, how's everybody doing today? I'm probably going to do about 15, 20 minutes. It's been a little while since I've popped up on a live stream. I figured I'd give my 2 cents about some things that are going on in the world. um, I mean, with the way that everything is, I mean, depending on when you're watching this, it's 2024, August 2024. Um, you had a breathtaking breakdancing Olympic routine that was probably going to go down in history. I mean, hardly anybody knows what breakdancing is anymore, but they all know now. But, fantastic. Anyway, so I titled the video, The End of the World, Probably Not. I mean, we've got a long way to go, I think, before, like, the end of the world actually happens. One of the interesting things that I have come across, well, ironically enough, uh, the weather. Let me talk about some other stuff before I get into the meat and potatoes of the discussion today. But anyway, the weather is early October, September, early October weather. So my my sinuses are reacting accordingly. So might sound a little stuffed up. It is what it is. Ugh, I feel like I could go 100 miles walking, not running, because I can't breathe. Anyway, um, I've been live streaming intermittently here and there, so I mean, if nobody watches or is watching, for a while, it's no big deal. Let me double make sure that this is actually. Oops. Let me double make sure that this is actually live. Well, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. Um, uh, okay, Warsaw. How you doing, bud? Okay, I guess it is live. So I wasn't entirely positive. No, better put that down. But so anyway, um, just basically, just kind of relaxing, just kind of taking it easy. A lot of things going on. So anyway, the so let's get into the meat and potatoes here, right? A lot of things that have been going on, and not just politically, like in the way the world works. I mean, it's kind of bothered me a little bit. Not necessarily bothering me in the way that, oh, I'm worried about it, or I'm going to be paranoid about it. Um, I what gets me is, like, you'll have a situation like, oh, I went to a family gathering the other day, and I know not all of my family is um, politically aligned with me. I wouldn't expect that, and I would be actually quite shocked if everybody in my family agreed with me. And I don't usually talk about politics or anything. I mean, occasionally I do, occasionally I don't. But if the you know if the subject comes up, it is what it is. Um, but as far as like everybody on the left saying the world's gonna end, and everybody on the right saying, oh, the world's gonna end, maybe their perspective of the world. I mean, it's like you guys realize you lived through 4 years of Trump, right? I mean, the lefties and the right wingers. I mean, it's hard because I'm of the mindset of, if I hear something, I go, okay, well, let's look into this. It's like those of you who have been on the channel for years know that you know we will go into depth trying to find an answer to what's going on. It's like when the uh, Kenosha situation happened. Um, that kid that got shot at, and he returned fire, and But anyway, we went and broke that whole thing down, that whole situation down. It's like George Floyd when all those protests came, were going on. We broke it all down. It wasn't a very popular thing to do, but it's when we broke that all down and we went through it all. It's amazing. It's like the right will lie all the time to you, and the left will lie all the time to you. It's like when you see a news story, you absolutely cannot believe anything that they say until you actually go out and verify for yourself. And it's like somebody who doesn't travel, tries telling me how the world works. And I travel all the time. Granted, I don't go to Europe or Asia or anything like that. For the most part, I'm in the continental United States. But I travel the country all the time. I see what people are saying all over the country. Everybody's saying pretty much the same things. The sad part is a lot of people that are on the left really should just pull back and actually have a discussion with somebody that is on the right. Don't talk about politics. See what you agree on, and then go from there. People just need to understand that you don't have to be at war with everybody, and it's the problem with where we're at right now is, we've got a situation where people are being talked into, if Trump gets elected, that we're going to end up, everything's going to collapse, everything. This isn't us versus them. It's like, are you guys out of your minds? Yes, a lot of them are, which is quite terrible. But anyway, a lot of them are out of their mind. They try to tell you, this is how things are, blah 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 blah. And one of the things that what's happening in Altenda, one of the things that I find discouraging about that is you have a lot of guys that are very well-meaning. Hang on. You have a lot of guys that are very well-meaning that believe so hard about what they believe, and if they just had the rest of the story, then they would be super on fire about what they believe in the right direction. And it's like, I equate those types of people, and I know some of you guys out there are biblical, you're religious and stuff. It's basically one of those things where the left and the right are looking. Let's use an example. You have the Bible, right? I'm using the Bible as an example. And basically what you end up doing is you have one group of people cherry picking scriptures that fit their ideologies, and then you have another group of religious folks grabbing another set of scriptures that, basically kind of like in the slave eras, right? Basically what you end up with is a situation where, both sides are equally stupid. They're equally ignorant. And they won't let the other have this information, or, the people that are in their fold, they won't let them have the information. And it's like when the Bible became printed, people could look in and go, oh, well, what you say isn't exactly true because I'm looking here and look at this right here. Nobody's studying, nobody's actually looking into what they're actually believing. And, it's like, I can have truth. This person here can have truth. But you know what? Both of them are right. Both of them are right. Now here's the thing that, a lot of people, they say this, right? They say, everybody has their own truth. Well, that is true. Somebody on the right can have their own truth. Somebody on the left can have their own truth. But you know what the problem is? Truth, this can be true and wrong at the same time. So can this. But once you dig and find out what is actually the truth, you put all the pieces of the puzzle together, then you know the whole story. A lot of people are unwilling and they refuse to do it. It's like outright heresy if you even suggest that to them. And there are some people that are like that are just quite frankly hopeless. I mean, they're going to be the ones that are blindly going to they're going to be the brown shirts that run around and gulag people because I'm just doing my job types, right? And I don't think it's to the point where we're going to be gone and lost and everything. I don't think we're at that point yet. I think we got a few years yet to go. I don't think that Kamala Harris getting to be a president is going to change much of anything. I mean, this is something that even I struggle with because it's very clear. Oh, sorry guys. It's very clear that the president doesn't do anything. The president has no say over anything. You have Joe Biden just kind of, where is he? What's he doing? Who knows? We've all known it for years that Biden is not quite there. And everybody, I mean, it had to be in everybody's face in order for everybody else to get it too. Which, sad, but, whatever. I mean, you kind of want to feel sad for Biden, but you don't because he's kind of a turd of a human being anyway. But anyway, you're sitting here and you're looking at this and you're like, this is crazy that people, I mean, we're right now at the stage of, reality that people don't want to hear the rest of the truth. They're unwilling to hear the rest of the truth. They know their side, but they don't want to see the other side. It's like, for the longest time, when I was younger, it was Autobots versus Decepticons. Well, when the lore of the Transformers, the whole universe got, kind of fleshed out and people could really look into it, Optimus Prime doesn't quite seem like the good guy anymore after. I mean, it's quite literally a ruling elitist class fighting a subservient slave class. And there was a revolt of the slaves against their masters, Decepticons, Autobots. So when we were brought into it, we're to think that this just completely ticked off group of individuals is the bad guys, and then this other group, which is on almost extinct, they're the good guys. That's like, interesting. That is very interesting. But the thing is, there's so much to that story. But if you just look at it that way, and you just are programmed because the toy marketing, you don't look at it. But anyway, getting off on a little bit of a tangent there, but so basically, we're at a situation similar to that, right? So now you got my analogy here. Basically what we're at is we have undeniable proof that the president has zero power and is not in control. So quite frankly, it doesn't matter if we vote for Trump. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter if we vote for Kamala. It doesn't matter. I mean, I have a hard time. A lot of people I know have a hard time with it too, but I have a hard time not wanting to, get involved with the pageantry of it. But my head's all plugged up. I know you guys can hear that, so I'm spiraling here. So I got probably maybe 10 more minutes. Anyway, guys, so it's something hard to get your programming out of it, right? But something my brother-in-law told me, and we had a pretty heated political discussion here last week. And I usually don't talk politics with him because he's like, really left. I'm not entirely positive. I mean, he's left in, I believe, left. You know what I'm saying? I believe it. But if you were to put a gun in his hand and say, here, go prove it, I don't think he could. I'm not saying, he's not capable of it, but I'm just saying his ideas are in it. But anyway, he said something that was rather interesting to me, and I wasn't interested in getting into a political discussion, and the whole family ended up getting into it, and I'm like, oh, great, I'm in the middle of it, right? But the problem was everybody is, like, most of the families that are registered Democrats, and they're now going to be voting for Trump, right? So we've got that there, right? And my brother-in-law said something to me that I'm familiar with because I have seen, I've studied it. I read a lot. I don't know, you guys know that, but I read a lot. And I mean, really, the Hungarian HD 18 or whatever that was, how deep did we go into that? I mean, you guys know I look into stuff. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, he said to the rest of the family, there is, the Democrats of today are the Democrats of 40 years ago, or the Republicans of 40 years ago. And he said everybody is right wing now. And I'm like, I understand what he's saying with, looking at it from the perspective of somebody that's super left would see everybody as right? What's happening, Matt Morrison? If anybody's popping in and leaving comments and I'm missing them, I apologize. I'm off thinking, right? Trying to struggle through my congestion. But anyway, so what popped into my head when he was saying this was something called the Overton's window. The Overton's window is basically this political theory where if you have the populace that believes something, you can shift this window left or right, and people will be comfortable with it over here, people will be comfortable with it over here, go a little bit outside the window, and people are going to be like, basically like that, right? So for the most part, when you look at your Overton window, people aren't going to be so far out there that it's going to be, but anyway, basically the Overton window is what most people are going to agree with at the time. I'm grossly oversimplifying it. You guys can look into it as well. Political theory. But anyway, Overton window. Look it up. So, what got me to be, like when he said that and what he was saying, and I'm sitting here eating pizza and trying to have a good time and not talk about politics, right? Because I really don't want to get into it with everybody, because I know nobody here believes because I'm more of a centrist when it comes to things. And so, like, in the setting, I am like the hardcore right-wing guy, right? Compared to everybody else, right? And I know nobody wants to hear my point of view because, I'm some crazy lunatic that owns guns, and I've got my opinions. I'm a working man, I have my opinions, and, live and let live, and leave me the heck alone. Don't bother me. A lot of people don't believe that. But anyway, so the way he was talking, he's on social media a lot, and it got me to see what I have to do in order to research things is I set up different profiles, and I'm sorry, guys. I'll set up different profiles, and then I will intentionally feed different political thinking into all these profiles. So if I want to watch let's say on YouTube, we've got I'll set up like 10 YouTube channels, right? Nothing against that, but anyway, I'll set up 10 YouTube channels. One of them I'll watch documentaries on, nothing else. One I'll look up true crime stuff like that, just for entertainment purposes. Another one's for music only, don't just music. And then another one is for like my gun videos and stuff. Another one's for cars. Just basically making myself different channels, right? And to an extent, you can do that on Rumble as well. Rumble's not quite as polished on that regard. Odyssey's kind of getting there too, but it is what it is. But um, anyway, as far as that's concerned, you can do the same for political beliefs, right? So if you're on Facebook, you can set up a different profile for each political belief that you have, right? Or if you want to look into a political spectrum, it's like when you go on your Facebook. Let's say you've had Facebook for years. You go on your Facebook. Your Facebook is full of people that agree with you, right? And it took me a little while to figure that out. When the algorithm started really spoofing what my thoughts were, once everybody started really getting the hang of the algorithm and everything, I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. And this is before everybody started like going, oh, my phone's reading my mind. It's not reading your mind. What it's doing is it's going off of your search trends and it's following your patterns, right? So basically, I will go set up another account. I'll spoof all my data, spoof every belief, and I'll feed it what I'm looking for, right? So I'll look for like ultra left leaning, crazy out there viewpoints, and I'll go and after a little while, it becomes automated, and you don't have to look for it because it's starting to pull that in. And when you do that, then what it does is it starts to direct things that you're looking for into your view. So basically, although there is a societal Overton window, society as a whole, the problem that we have right now is that we don't necessarily have an Overton window that we have to worry about. We have to worry about people and their own perceived Overton window, right? When you're on Facebook, this thing is manipulating you, TikTok too. This thing is manipulating you into believing that everybody in the world agrees with you. And I can guarantee, if I went on my brother-in-law's web on his Facebook and all that, I would look through his feed and it would be like super hardcore left-leaning stuff, and I'd be like, oh, okay, I can see. And the thing is, somebody who doesn't travel, somebody who doesn't talk to people like I do, it's hard. It's hard to pull yourself out of your neighborhood or your circle of friends and put yourself into a different position and talk to people and see what is actually going on. It's like during the Smamdemdemnik, the thing there, when everybody had the flu, right? I ended up going out to New York, and I went out to Connecticut for a hurricane, and just seeing how everybody was behaving out there. And if you watch the media, everybody was on lockdown, everybody's freaked out, and everybody was, just couldn't get out of their own way. But I went out there, and I saw the people, I saw what was going on, and it was not what anybody was saying. It's like, okay, well, we've got, there were areas that got hit hard by it, and, there were, basically nursing homes were like hotbeds for it, and it just like culled a lot of them, unfortunately. But, it sucks. They made they made it cheap and easy for you know, you get. But anyway, bought out of steam here, guys. But anyway, so basically, what I'm saying is, everything is like a soundbite these days. Everybody is so worried that Trump's going to be a dictator, and it's like you know, and that's something that a lot of the people on the left say too. And when you go to look and see what they're actually talking about, it's like, where did they hear that snippet from? Because if they heard that snippet, I can guarantee you they didn't go to the whole interview. And that's just the sad part about it. But
Anybody come in?
hang on, guys. Few people, maybe 6-8 people. I told them to come back Friday.
6 or 8 cars, you mean?
If we had more fish, we'd be in the money. But anyway, so anyway, basically, everybody is in their own Overton window at this point, and everybody, because computer algorithms are spoon feeding them the content, these people believe that you know, everybody believes them. Everybody's on the same page, and it's like, do you actually go talk to people? Like, how often do you leave your house? Like, I'm talking to you. How often do you leave your house? How often do you go talk to people that are outside of your own community? Just talk to them. I mean, you can touch on politics. I mean, you go up to somebody that's got a pro-abortion sticker, I guarantee you're going to have 99 things that you're going to agree with them, and for that the exception of that one thing, right? Somebody's got a rainbow sticker on the back of their car. Go talk to them. Go talk to them. Treat them like a human being, right? Go talk to them. Find out what you agree on. You know, people are being spoon-fed what they feel like, and, you know, and everybody's reacting on emotion, right? Everybody thinks everybody's out to get them, you know, and everybody's so scared of everybody else. And it's like, some people are like, oh, well, you know, why you have a gun? You scared? You know, that sort of thing. Well, I'm going to throw this back at you. Why do you lock your doors at night? You scared? You scared? Oh, probably not. But, you know, all it is to keep an honest man away, right? I mean, it's just like a padlock. Padlock, very rudimentary tools. You can get into a padlock in like 5 seconds. It's super easy. Most locks are defeatable within like 13, 14 seconds. Most locks. House locks, deadbolt locks, it don't matter. Just a little torsion bar, and, you know, just a little giggle fucking switch, and bam, got her open, right? Anyway, that's about all I had. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, just kind of get my thoughts out there. See what you guys think. If you guys want to add to the discussion, feel free. I'll probably do a live stream a month on here moving forward. I've got a few videos I'm going to be putting up on Rumble. I just have to have time to do it. That's my only thing. You know, I got to have time to do it. And one's Chinese RPK. You guys are gonna like that one. And then an Egyptian pistol. If you guys are paying attention to my Instagram, you'll see that. But yeah. Oh, and I came across the PSL the other day. It was labeled Dragunov. Yeah, it's good stuff. But anyway, guys, I'm not gonna be doing gun content on here. You know, like I told you. Yes, Matt. Not necessarily though. But anyway, it's I'm gonna be over on Rumble doing my gun stuff. Might be doing some more stuff with Odyssey too. But, you know, just like miscellaneous stuff's gonna go on this channel. I didn't hemorrhage as many subscribers on this channel as I thought I was going to, which is surprising to me. And then a lot of people, I've gotten a lot of emails. Zeke, where'd you go? Well, where have you been for the last few years? Because I've been telling everybody where I was going. That sort of thing. Go on Rumble, go over there. All my videos, all the decent enough videos to have gone up over on Rumble are there. I'm still answering questions and emails, so you guys are more than welcome to answer or ask questions and emails. Just because I'm still in Illinois doesn't mean I'm not going to answer your questions. I'm not going to, like shun you or anything for that. So, anyway, guys, questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Let me real quick go through things here. We got Warsaw Patriot, El Tenda, Matt Morrison. Appreciate you guys stopping in and saying hi. Just remember, guys, whether the person's on the left or the right, okay. Whether the person's on the left or right, all right. Whether they see themselves as a Democrat or a Republican, what you have to understand is all you're looking at is a person you have not talked to, right? Because I've found that more people that call themselves a Democrat would find themselves more in line with someone who would be considered a Republican or more of an independent or moderate, right? And a lot of people that are Republicans, I see, after talking to them, are more in line with what would be considered a Democrat. I mean, not every time. A lot of people that I meet are the vast majority of people that I meet and I talk to, whether they say they're Democrat or Republican, they are what they are. They are what they say they are. However, there are a few people out there that are not sure what they actually are. And, maybe some of them are libertarians. Maybe some of them are outright communists. Who knows? but the fact of the matter is, a lot of these people don't get out of their house. That's basically what I can boil it down to. And that's just a fact of the matter there. Looks like Warsaw says, I'd like your thoughts on the left reacting to Trump and Musk conversation. It's not a surprise to me how they are acting about it, because anytime Trump speaks, they basically are saying, like, when we would say that Biden is literally a rambling mess, right? The left would be like, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's super coherent. He's super awesome, everything. And then you would go to the soundbite, the gaff, and the whole interview sounds like that. And then you'll find, when Trump has a misspeak or, he, says the wrong thing and he like doubles back and says, oh, no, actually, this is what I meant. They will say, oh, listen to him. He can't even get a sentence together. And then you go to the interview that they're talking about. It's like, how are you getting that out of that? Trump is pretty well spoken for a person his age and somebody who only sleeps like 4 hours a night. He's got so much stress. I mean, I don't understand how the dude functions the way he does. But anyway, that being said, it's basically all they're interested in is a soundbite. They can get a soundbite. It's like anybody who's watched that Scooby-Doo movie, where the guy's going up the, Fred is going up the stairs, and he's like, I don't want to talk to you, you reporter, because the reporter's trying to, catch him up and, flip what he's saying. He's like, yeah, you'll try to make me say something like Coolsville sucks or something. And then he's like, oh, well, anyway, later on in the news, she made a story and, got that soundbite and, he said that Coolsville sucks. And he's like, what? No, that's not what he said. But anyway, it's basically, you cannot trust. You can't trust what the presidency is saying. You can't trust what the media is saying. You can't trust what the computer algorithm is showing you. And now we're at a point where AI, we probably got another year. So I'm working on an AI video. I just been sick the last couple weeks, so it's been I haven't been able to work on it. So I am working on an AI video, which I am going to put up on this, which is going to be pretty cool. A lot of doing a lot of talking to myself, basically. But anyway, yeah. So just no timeline on that. Just whenever I'm going to do it. I don't have my Patreon up anymore, not because I don't want donations from you guys. Like, if you guys want to contribute to the channel, you can do super chats or whatever. That's no problem. But the reason why I did that is because I'm not doing things monthly. I'm not doing anything regularly, so I didn't feel right about taking money from you guys unless you guys wanted to donate to me on PayPal or whatever, and whatever. If you guys want to donate to me on PayPal, that's fine. Zeke@ZekeShoots.com. That's my PayPal. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still kicking. Like I said, I'm going to do one of these a month and then just kind of, do whatever. Anyway, you guys have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. I look forward to your comments in the comment section. And, yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.